So when you hear the term shopaholic, you probably think, that girl just shops too much. But this is an actual clinical disorder that affects 5% of the American public. That's what we're talking about today on Money Monday. Joining us, of course, David Seeger from Great Lakes Credit Union. Good morning. Nice to see you. First of all, let's talk about the stocks real quick.
Well, the market is going to open up lower than it was off its record highs of last week. I believe some profit taking this morning. Nothing to get excited about. Retail sales are going to be announced tomorrow. They're expected to be up from February, so I would imagine see things kick in again when that news is probably delivered tomorrow. So a little profit taking today, otherwise no big deal.
Okay.
All right, okay.
Clinically diagnosed as a shopaholic.
Correct.
It really exists.
It really exists.
It's a disease.
Right, and there's treatments for it as well, and it's been identified as somebody that it's a compulsive disorder, those type of disorders that people have emotionally, and they have this urge they have to buy. And it's not so much the acquisition itself of the particular product, it is the hunt. It's not the
the act.
The act of doing it.
Wow.
And that is what really makes them want to do it over again. And once they get the product home, they become disinterested in it.
So it's the fulfillment, the excitement of obtaining something.
Exactly. That is what hooks them, and that's what the clinical disorder is.
Okay, so it's also approval seeking could be one of the reasons behind it.
Yeah,
people want to be
there's a lot of reasons. That's one of them.
Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about the different types, because there's different types.
There are.
Some people are compulsive.
A compulsive shopper shop to distract their feelings.
And this one, bulimic shopping.
They buy it and take it back. Buy it and take it back. A bulimic shopper.
Wow.
Really?
Exactly.
All right, let's go through a few more of these.
And trophy shopper, I must find that perfect item. I got to keep going. I got to buy some more. I got to buy that perfect item. Image shoppers, trying to keep up with the Joneses. Boy, I have to have this type of merchandise. And bargain shoppers. Well, if I don't buy it, I mean, I'm losing money.
Right.
I mean, I've heard that before.
It's on sale. I'm making money.
I'm making money, exactly.
Right.
Even though the equation doesn't add up.
Yeah.
But and codependent shoppers to gain love and approval. And collector shoppers, well, I might buy this particular shirt, but I need every color it's in as well.
Now, are there groups where you can get together, like Alcoholics Anonymous for shopaholics?
There is. There's groups you can go to. There's medication and also talk therapy.
There's actual medication.
There's medication you can have as well to help suppress the compulsivity. And it takes about 6 months to a year before actual treatment kicks in.
Wow.
So it's a while.
Now, how is a doctor able to determine between being an actual shopaholic and somebody that just really likes to shop a ton?
Well, I believe they zero in on those particular feelings that we talked about before in terms of the feeling that they have. It's not so much the buying of or acquisition of the product, it's how the person feels. And also the resulting problems they have at home. Why'd you buy that for?
Yeah.
Why'd you spend this money for?
So it has nothing to do with how many bags they bring home. It's all about the feeling.
Then they start hiding things as well, what they're shopping.
Wow. All right, we do have to take a break, but of course next hour we'll talk some more, and we're going to have some suggestions in case there are some people out there watching thinking, oh, I might be a shopaholic. So we'll have some suggestions about that coming up. Thanks so much, David. Appreciate it. You know, you might hear a husband say about his wife with a laugh, oh, she shops too much. She's a shopaholic.
You really need that another pair of shoes?
Right? And he'll be like, oh, my wife, she's a shopaholic. But this is an actual clinical disorder that 5% of the American public has. That's what we're talking about today. Joining us, of course, David Seeger from Great Lakes Credit Union. Real quick, let's check the markets. Okay,
the markets are going to start down, but they have improved since the last hour. And the Dow was down 35, but now it's only down 17. So the arrow's going back up. So we may be, if we keep on going this trend, we may be opening maybe later today at a higher than we closed on last Friday.
Wow, so keep the record going.
Right, exactly, and that might be the case.
On a future Money Monday, I'd like to talk about the before the market opens, how things are going up and down at some point.
We can do that.
That would be very interesting. Okay, so shopaholics. You know, you hear the term, and honestly, you kind of want to laugh, but this is a very serious disorder for 5% of our population.
There's a clinical definition for it as well, and impulsivity. And that is the clinical problem that person has when they have this shopaholic disease, so to speak.
Okay, so real quick, let's talk about what are some of the causes? What can be
some of the causes? Well, okay, it could be like emotional deprivation in childhood. That's one of the major reasons for it. Inability to tolerate negative type of feelings. I don't feel really good, things of that nature. Excitement seeking, approval seeking, perfectionism. I have to have the perfect type of product. I always have to do that, and just being generally impulsive.
So really, it's not a case of how many bags you bring home with you and that fulfills you. It's more just the feeling of actually obtaining things.
Exactly. And it's the hunt, not the kill, so to speak.
Wow.
You want to put it that way.
All right. So we talked a little bit more about the types of behaviors last hour, but let's go ahead and move on to the suggestions that you have for change for somebody that might actually be a shopaholic.
Exactly. Some things that you want to do then, avoid people or places where you'd be tempted to shop. You know, cut out that type of
Don't put yourself in that situation.
Exactly. Yeah. Cut up your credit cards. If you can't, if you don't have the mechanism trigger to spend, therefore that's going to help you not to spend at the store and things of that nature. Make a list and stick to it. That's always good advice one way or another, but it helps people in terms of coping mechanisms with this particular disorder. And if you think you want to buy this particular product and you have this impulse or urge to do it, go do something else, then come back to it. If I still think I need it or want it, it gives you time to cool off a little bit. That's another coping mechanism as well. And ask yourself, do I need this? Do I really need this, or do I just want it? That's another way.
You should do that before every purchase.
Yes, exactly. This is a good advice for everyone as well. And develop strategies to manage your compulsivity. And that is always a good thing to do as well. And seek out professional help. Maybe get in a support group. Maybe even medication might help.
And those do exist.
Yes, they do. Very much so. Very much so.
And this final one I think is important. Cancel your magazine subscriptions. I think another one is cancel your emails that you get that are promoting things like Macy's online, Dillard's. I know I get those all the time, and that would definitely be tempting.
Groupon. That's a deal I can't pass up.
Get rid of the temptation.
Right.
Well, we will put this information on our website, northwestohio.com. And how can people get a hold of you, David?
At glcu.com.
All right. Thanks so much, David Seeger from Great Lakes Credit Union. Appreciate it.